Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about missing child Harmony Montgomery today. We're going to read a few articles of what police know right now. This little girl has not been accounted for since 2019. 5-year-old Harmony was last seen with her father. Now, police just arrested him, but not in connection to the disappearance. And they've just arrested the stepmother, Crystal, but also not connected to the disappearance. So let's read this article. Father of missing 7-year-old girl Harmony Montgomery in custody. The 31-year-old man is in custody as a search for his 7-year-old daughter continues in New Hampshire. According to a press release, Adam Montgomery was arrested Tuesday on the charge of second-degree assault, as well as 1 misdemeanor charge of interference with custody and 2 misdemeanor charges of endangering the welfare of a child. Police said the charges stem from an incident involving his daughter Harmony, but are not connected to her disappearance. According to Redacted, released by police on Wednesday, Montgomery, Adam, was in custody of his daughter after Harmony's mother, Crystal, lost custody due to a substance abuse issue. Adam and Crystal both experienced issues with substance abuse, the document stated. Story, Crystal, the mother, according to the affidavit, regained sobriety, but her attempts to find Adam and Harmony were unsuccessful. Despite contacting multiple schools and visiting Adam's last known address, several addresses, Crystal told police she last saw her daughter in a FaceTime video call to Adam around Easter holiday of 2019. Now let's stop there for just a moment. Why has nobody in this whole entire family not reported this baby missing since 2019? It is 2022 and they just found out a week ago that this baby is missing. This is what I preach about on here, about the Bystander Syndrome. It's where people will walk by and not say or do anything when they know something is weird or they know something fishy is going on. Even if you're wrong and you report it, oh well, you tried. At least you tried. But if you don't say nothing at all and something is going on, you're failing the child. You're failing the situation. This just really upsets me. Nobody has said anything since 2019. You know they have families. The welfare of this child should have been put first, not only by the families, but by the state, CPS, the school system. You would think there would be somebody out of all these people who would have said, hey, you know what? Wait a minute. Where's Harmony? We've not seen her in quite a while. It's weird. It don't make no sense. And I'm not blaming the school or the police or CPS. I'm just saying both of these parents had a substance problem. So you know they've dealt with CPS at some point in time because they say that Harmony was taken out of their care, out of their custody because of their substance problem, right? So where are those workers, those state workers who removed this child out of their care? How come nobody rechecked up on this child and done a welfare check and said, hey, how's everything going since this happened, or she was placed here or placed there, or since she got out of foster care, or whatever went on? Nobody in the system or the family, or there's nobody. Y'all, these kids are being failed by everyone. Not just by the state, not just by the court, not just by CPS. They're being failed by their own families, by everyone. Neighbors, bystanders. Oh gosh, let's continue. So the last time she seen her, she says, was in a FaceTime call in 2019. Why have you not reported it? Why has nobody said anything? Let me finish reading before I get too worked up. The affidavit states family members of Harmony told police that they believed Adam was abusive towards Harmony. Adam's uncle, Kevin, told detectives he had contacted authorities after seeing Harmony with a black eye and being told by Adam, I bashed her around this house. Kevin believes Adam was experiencing a relapse during this time. The document added, I don't know why he would make that up, but I hope that's not true. To think of a 5-year-old with a black eye. The allegations of BUSE include Harmony being spanked, forced to stand in a corner for hours, and being ordered to scrub a toilet with a toothbrush. 5 years old. Montgomery waived his initial appearance in court Wednesday afternoon, breaking. The father of Harmony Montgomery has been arrested. And then that talks about the charges that aren't connected to the disappearance. Police said they learned of Harmony Montgomery's disappearance last week and discovered she hadn't been accounted for since October 2019. Sources had claimed that she was reunited with her father after spending time in foster care. Well, if she was in foster care, then CPS did step in at some point. So why was a well check not done after she was reunited with her father, if that's true? Now we can go back on the CPS and the foster care system, the CPS workers. If that's true, we can double back and ask them, why didn't you check up on this child? Where were you? If you did reunite her with her father, why didn't you recheck on her? And that happens way too many times in this country. They will place a child back with a parent who had whatever issues or ABUSE, and they will never check on them again. And then that child goes missing. And that's when I feel like these workers should be fired. The union leader reported that over the weekend, police were searching in a home connected to the case. Property records show the residence was sold in 2020. Police said those living at the house were not involved in the girl's disappearance and have been cooperating with the investigation. Police said Harmony is about 4 feet tall, 50 pounds. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, glasses. She is blind in her right eye. A $33,000 reward is being offered for information in the case. Those with information can call a 24-hour hotline, 603-203-6060. Manchester Police Department at 603-668-8711. Detective Jack Dunleavy at 603-792-5561. Now, there is an anonymous, sorry, y'all know I can't talk. Anonymous crime line, 603-624-4040. Please, if you know anything, if you've seen anything, if you've talked with someone that knows anything, please call. You can be anonymous, please. So we just found out that not only was the father also arrested, but stepmother of missing Harmony Montgomery, stepmother of missing New Hampshire girl, arrested for welfare fraud. So the stepmother of Harmony Montgomery, who disappeared in 2019, has been arrested allegedly collecting food stamps meant for Harmony, even though the child was not living with her, according to New Hampshire Attorney General's office. And that's another thing we see a lot. They will collect benefits for children for years and not even have these kids. Why is Department of Social Services not checking to see where these kids are? Before you hand out approvals for benefits, and during the whole time of these parents getting these benefits, you should be checking. You should be looking to make sure they have these kids. Because if they're approved to get these benefits, you should be approved to go in that house and make sure these kids are getting the benefits. I don't know when the United States of America is going to start enforcing this, but there should be drug testing to get EBT or HUD housing. There should be so many well checks done throughout the time that these people get benefits. And you can say, oh, Lily, but that's years. I don't care. Check on these children. People who get benefits for disability, for people with disabilities, for elderly folks, for children. Department of Social Services, go check on them. Make sure they're still in the home and are alive. How do they get benefits for years and years and years, or months and months, and nobody even knows where the kid is? That's our system failing our children, our society again. Our tax dollars. Yes, come on with it. Come to me with it about how it's not my tax dollars. Everything I buy, I pay taxes on. Every job I do, I pay taxes on. So yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, I pay taxes. That's my tax dollars going to a child who is missing. And a stepmother, no, technically my tax dollar's going to a stepmother lying about where this child is, lying about having this child when she didn't, allegedly. So where has Harmony been the whole time she collected those benefits? She's the one who filled out the paperwork. She's the one who got approved for food stamps. So if you were getting food stamps on Harmony, you were claiming you had her. Where is she? The stepmother needs to be investigated. The stepmother, arrested for allegedly collecting food stamps meant for Harmony. Police arrested 31-year-old Kayla Montgomery on Wednesday in Manchester, New Hampshire. She was charged with welfare fraud. According to officials, between December 2019 and June of 2021, Kayla obtained over $1,500 in food stamp benefits by failing to remove Harmony from Kayla's family account with NHDHHS, Division of Family Assistance, and continuing to collect food stamp benefits for Harmony despite the fact that Harmony was no longer living with Kayla and Kayla's husband, Adam. Here is a picture of Harmony I want to show. This was when she was 5, of course. She probably, wouldn't look this way now, but just to give you an idea, this little girl went missing and has been missing since 2019. You can Google her name and a lot more. Many pictures will pop up. Kayla is expected to be arraigned at 11 a.m. Thursday in Hillsborough County Superior Court. Harmony's father, Adam, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with assaulting her in 2019. He was also charged with child endangerment and custody interference. Now, why wasn't he charged then? Because nobody said anything then? Because they didn't know? Because it was ignored? Why? What was the reason? While Harmony was last seen years ago, she wasn't reporting missing until just recently. Why? Now, don't come for me, but mom, dad, stepmom, CPS, Department of Social Services, schools, family, that is 7 different sources who could have reported this child missing in some way, shape, or form. 7 different sources who could have just stepped up and said, hey, we haven't seen this child. Hey, you're getting benefits for this child. Where is she? Hey, where's my daughter? I'm reporting her missing. If you don't come up with my child, I'm reporting her missing right now. Why didn't the mom, stepmom, anyone do that? Y'all, if the mom got sober and wanted her child back, and she went to his old addresses, went to the schools, and could not find her child who she desperately wanted back, why didn't she go to the police? That don't make sense to me. Does it you? It don't make sense. It absolutely doesn't. So, according to police, Harmony was last seen at a home in Manchester, New Hampshire, when she was 5 years old. So, Adam is reportedly not cooperating with police as they try to find out where she might be. Now, that says a lot. When you're a parent and your child goes missing and you don't cooperate with police, it really makes you look guilty. If you're a husband whose wife is missing and you're not trying to help police find her, you look guilty. Even if you aren't guilty, you should always cooperate. They have to clear you to prove you're innocent. And that means checking the house, checking DNA, taking samples, nail clippings, hair follicles, looking through your car, your clothes, your laundry, everything. Talking to your other kids, talking to your spouse, your family. You have to be cleared before you're innocent or guilty. And when you don't cooperate, it makes you look guilty. Allegedly, he said to the uncle that he bashed her around the house. I hope that's not true. Investigators say that while they were talking to the uncle, we just read that, an interview with detectives since his arrest, police say the father has refused to answer many of their questions about her whereabouts. He's being held without bail. Well, amen to that. Hallelujah to that one thing that worked out, because no, he shouldn't have any bail. And if they had done that to Josh Powell, Susan Powell's children would be alive today. That's why I don't understand about how state laws are different. If they can hold Harmony's father with no bail, then why couldn't they hold Susan Powell's husband Josh without bail? The same thing happened to her. She went missing without a trace. And last seen with Josh, they found her cell phone missing a SIM card in his possession. He was doing crazy weird things, but they never arrested him. Never held him for anything. At least they do have him for something and with no bail. There is now a $43,000 reward for any information that leads to her whereabouts. Harmony is about 4 feet tall, 50 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, blind in her right eye, and should be wearing glasses. Oh, here's her most recent photos. Bless her little heart. Bless her little heart. I hope they find her safe. Y'all know how it is with these cases. Now, I want to talk about something else right quick before we go to the next article. There are a lot of articles with misinformation going on right now just to get clickbait, click views, and they are getting her name wrong, her age wrong. I just read one article where they called her Agreement Montgomery. They can't even take the time to get the child's name right. They called the father Chris or something and said that he had gotten out of jail and he was saying that he had been cleared and then claiming that somebody actually had the child. Don't listen to these false claims. That's misinformation. That is not correct. Harmony has not been found. The father had been arrested and the stepmother had been arrested on the welfare fraud, alleged welfare fraud. A hotline has been set up. I'll give you the tip number again, 603-203-6060. Okay, next article. How long has Harmony been missing? Manchester police said they received a report last week and she hadn't been seen since late 2019. Court documents say it was Harmony's mother who first notified police that her daughter was missing in November. Last week, the State Division of Children, Youth, and Families contacted police saying they could not find her either. The last time Harmony was seen was during a Manchester police call for service in October 2019 at a home in the city. They said they had no reason to return to that address after that. She was alive, they had her right then, they could have took her. Police, CPS, Department of Social Services, counselors, therapists, let me tell y'all one thing. When you make a house call or you talk to a child, make sure that parent is nowhere around when you speak to them. Make sure you do this properly so they can't throw it out in court either. But if you have the right to go in and speak to a child for a welfare check, please do not let the parent stand over the child and intimidate them. A lot of kids are not going to tell you the truth if their parent is standing in the next room or even in eye view. Children are scared, and their biggest fear is being in trouble. Their biggest fear is what that parent or guardian is going to do after the police social services leaves. Speak to these children. And they had her alive, and they could have taken her then. It's just so sad. It was City of Manchester. That's the last time she has been seen here in the city of Manchester. I'm not saying she hasn't been seen somewhere else. I'm just focusing on the last time she was seen in Manchester. Police said they have been investigating nonstop since becoming aware that Harmony was missing, working with conjunction with DCYF and the National Center for Missing Children and Exploited Children. For us to have a 2-year delay, that is extremely concerning. That's not something that happens to us on a regular basis. It doesn't happen every day. And the same thing happened with Chad and Lori Daybell. Why were they not forced to show where those children were? Lori and Chad, why are these state laws different in every state? They should be the same in every state. If you do not show police or CPS that your kids are alive and well, then investigations start right there on the spot. Those parents or guardians should be held right there on the spot. You're not leaving town. You're not leaving the state. You're not going to Hawaii to get married. You're not going out to party or going to find where these kids are. You should have to prove where your children are and make sure they are alive and well. And I don't know why our system does not focus on that. Our system focuses more on what rights the criminal has, what rights. If a child goes missing, it's all about making sure the parents get their rights. What about the child's rights? What about the missing child's rights? And keeping them safe and protecting them. Why are we so concerned with the parents' rights? Chad and Lori Daybell should never have been able to leave town. Why were they not forced to prove where them kids were? So, Harmony's father, Adam of Manchester, was arrested Tuesday on several charges, including accusing him of failing to have her in his custody. According to court documents released this week, he is also charged with second-degree assault and child endangerment. Police accused him of purposely violating a duty of care, protection, or support by failing to know where she has been since late 2019. He had not guilty pleas entered on his behalf by his lawyer on Wednesday and is being held without bail. Police said Adam had legal custody of Harmony. The girl's mother told police she had lost custody of Harmony to the state in 2018 in part to a substance abuse issue. Even if she had lost custody, if the last time you seen her on a FaceTime or a phone call was 2019, you should report it. If you don't hear from her again within days, you should report it. If you can't find your baby daddy or your baby mama or your daddy, grandparents, whoever has your kids, if you can't find them to check on your child, even if your rights have been taken, call police. Call CPS. Call the courts. Do what you gotta do to make it known because of this. Because of cases like this. Harmony's mother, who lives in MA, we're not going to say, had called Manchester police in November to say she hadn't seen her daughter in a while. This is November of 2021. And your child, you've not seen your child since 2019. You ain't spoke to your child since 2019, and you tell police, I ain't seen my child in a while. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to seem like I'm coming after mom, because if she's innocent, I understand. I'm not trying to bash her. I get it. I'm 10 years sober. Addiction is rough. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you got kids and the state takes your custody away, and the last time you've talked to your child was 2019, and it's 2020, the end of 2021, and you tell police, I ain't talked to my child in a while, baby, you need to be worried. You need to be concerned. It needs to be, I have not seen my child in 2 years. I'm scared. Like I would be the first week that I didn't hear from her, I would be on police at the doorsteps. I'd be on them. Where is my child? We have to find him. Where is he? Where's his wife? Where's school? Everything. I know my rights were taken away, but you have the right to know that your child is alive, ma'am. You have that right. He took custody of your child. That does not mean that he gets to take your right to know if she's alive or not. You have that right. You always have that right. You birthed that child. I'm not saying that blood makes you family, because we all know blood doesn't make you family. But if all he gained was custody because of addiction, and there could be more, I don't know. But ma'am, you have the right to know your child is alive. She originally told police officers she hadn't seen her child in over 6 months, but then said it had been since Easter 2019 when she video chatted with the father and Harmony, according to police affidavit. Why did you give them misinformation? Because that looks kind of funny too. I'm not saying she protected him in any way, shape, or form, but by lying or not telling the truth, by not coming forward with the truth, you are protecting him. I'm not saying you're purposely protecting him, but you're dang sure not protecting your child. To protect your child, you tell the truth. I don't care if you got sky high in a bathroom with her. Tell the truth. being honest is how they're going to find her. So however long it's been since you last seen her, you need to tell them, hey, I get it. It's been 2 years. And I know that's embarrassing. I know that makes you look bad and like a bad parent. I understand. I know what the mom, she probably feels like, look, I'm going to look like a bad parent because I haven't seen her in 2 years and I haven't talked to her since 2019. But you're going to look like a worse parent for not telling the truth and helping us find her. Now, I'm sorry I'm so worked up, but I'm sick of watching this happen and nothing is done. And these parents just treat it like, oh, well, it's another day in the park. No. We're failing our youth. Do not let this go unheard. Tell the truth. If you haven't seen your child since 2019, I'm not going to think any less of you. But if you protect him or you lie to make yourself look better, I'm going to hold it against you. So let's not lie about stuff, okay? Let's just be completely honest. You know when the last time you talked to your child was. So she originally told officers she hadn't seen her child in over 6 months, but then said it had been since Easter of 2019 when she video chatted with both father and daughter. Adam's wife, Kayla, who said she shares 3 younger children with Adam, told police she last seen Harmony in November or December of 2019. She said Adam was driving the child to see her mother. She said she didn't see Harmony after that. And you didn't say anything, Kayla? You didn't think to say anything. I don't care if he's your husband. I don't care if he's your baby daddy. That child should come first. If he done that to his other child, do you really think he wouldn't do it to yours? Do you think that you're so special that he wouldn't hurt your children too? If he could hurt his own other children? You're not that special. If he could hurt his daughter, then he could do it to you and your other kids. You should be honest. You should have went to police as soon as he didn't come back with that little girl. You knew the mother's rights were taken away. You knew he was abusive. You knew that because you live with him. You're not dumb. You know the truth. And for you to sit here and admit that you haven't seen this child since 2019 and you can say, oh, well, Lily, I thought her mama had her. Bull. I'm calling it right now. Bull. I don't believe that. Says she didn't see Harmony after that. Kayla Montgomery was charged Wednesday with welfare fraud. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kayla, if you were scamming Department of Social Services, allegedly, if you're scamming Department of Social Services to get food stamps on Harmony, knowing he had already dropped Harmony off, allegedly, what you claimed you thought, oh, well, I haven't seen her since 2019. So you knew you did not have Harmony when you filed those food stamps. Not only did you lie about not having her, you also are trying to pretend like, oh, well, I didn't know she was with her mama. That she wasn't with her mama. Bull. We're going to find out. And I hope we find out very soon. This child deserves justice. She has been failed by everyone in her life. I just can't believe nobody on any side of the family, foster care, CPS, nobody has reported this child missing. What are y'all doing? If I seen my neighbor's kid for a long time, and then all of a sudden I didn't see that child, and I asked him, hey, where'd John go? I don't know. I don't know. I would be concerned. I would call CPS and I'd call law and I'd say, hey, there was a kid here for some time and now he's not there. Can you do a welfare check? And I'm a neighbor. Like, y'all excuse my aggression here, but come on. This ain't right. So Kayla knew that the child had not been in their home since December of 2019, but yet she still claimed food stamps on this child and had gained up to $1,500. We have to say allegedly, but that's what she's charged with. So by the end of last year, police said they had made contact with Adam Montgomery. Remember, last year was just when she was reported. This has only been a week ago. So that by the end of last year, police said they had made contact with Adam and other family members. Adam was found sleeping in a vehicle with girlfriend in Manchester. He said initially that Harmony was fine and he had seen her recently, but then later said he hadn't seen her since her mother picked her up Thanksgiving of 2019. Oh, here we go, y'all. The lies have already started. The lies have started. It's over. Y'all know where this is going. I'm going to start crying. And I have more sympathy for this child that I don't even know than what the actual families do, than what the actual parents do. I don't even know this child, and I'm already about to start crying for her. And her own family, her own parents, lying about where she... Now, see, if the father was innocent, this is my opinion, but if the father was innocent, he would tell the truth. I have not seen her since. I have not seen her. He would tell the truth, but he's not. So here we have 3 people who have not seen her since November, December 2019. That is the mother, the father, and the stepmother. Oh, and foster care. Police told Montgomery they were concerned his daughter had not been physically observed in over 2 years and that we had concern for whether or not she was still alive, the affidavit said. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this, adding he believed she was with her mother. He eventually stopped answering questions. Oh, of course he did. Of course he did, because we know where this is going, sadly. We know. This child has been failed. Disturbing allegations of abuse. In an interview with police, Harmony's great uncle told officers he's seen her with a black eye in July 2019. Said Montgomery told him he hit her after he seen his daughter holding her hand over her younger brother's mouth to stop him from crying, according to police documents. This is what Adam claimed. And that don't give you the right to punch a 5-year-old in the face. And I don't believe that happened. I think you were just ABUSIVE. You were just a bad person is what I believe. He claims, the father claims, I walked in the house and Harmony had a black eye. No, excuse me, this is what the uncle claimed. Sorry. Kevin, the uncle, says, I walked in the house and Harmony had a black eye, like you see in a boxing match between 2 men, Kevin Montgomery said. Oh my gosh. He was visiting the Manchester home and asked about the injury. He bashed her around the apartment, was his exact words, said Kevin. I might have it off a bit, but that's pretty much what he said. He also told investigators, according to court documents, that he observed other forms of ABUSIVE discipline, including Harmony being forced to stand in the corner for hours, told to scrub a toilet with her toothbrush. Kevin said family members made multiple reports to DCYF. I don't know how they missed it. Why hasn't an Amber Alert been issued? Police said no Amber Alert had been issued because investigators have not met the threshold for issuing one, given that there is no specific information about who Harmony might be with or a vehicle she might be in. We're not searching for any adult. We're not searching for anybody other than Harmony, police said. So if the family made reports to DCYF, then we want to see those reports because that would have been July 2019. Kevin claims that he's seen Harmony with a black eye in July of 2019. He claims that family had said they had called and reported it. I want to see those reports. I want to know for sure if the family reported that. And let me tell you something, Kevin, if you see this, being that you're the one saying that you've seen her with the black eye, you should have reported that to CPS, Department of Children Protection. DCYF, you should have reported that to DCYF yourself. You could have made an anonymous call. You could have called and said, hey, I know these people. There's a child with a black eye. Hey, I walked into a home. I seen a kid outside playing and she had a black eye. She looks very young. You could have done that. I'm concerned, guys. Did nobody report this or did some family report this? Let me ask y'all something. If you walked into your brother or sister's house and you seen your 5-year-old niece or nephew with a black eye, would you call Department of Family Services? Would you call CPS and report it? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would report any child that I seen with a black eye. Then it's on CPS or DCYF to investigate. Now, if they had walked in and seen that 5-year-old with a black eye, they would have taken her. I bet you, had somebody reported it and they seen her with a black eye, especially if it looked like something a grown man did, like he says, like 2 boxers. He said it looked... Great uncle told he seen her with a black eye in 2019. He said that he told him he hit her after... he said, I walked in the house and Harmony had a black eye, like you see in a boxing match between 2 men. Well, Kevin, if this little girl had a black eye that looked like a boxing match between 2 men, I think I would have called the sheriff's department right then. You know, there's a child here with a black eye and she looks like 2 men in a boxing match. I just can't fathom. I can't fathom this. How do you do this to your own family? How do you not report this? I don't care if that was my grandchild. I would report it. You don't protect the abusers. You don't protect the criminal. You don't protect the bad person. Now, you knew when you seen that black eye that it was going to get worse. That was rock bottom. Putting your hands on a child, that's rock bottom. I just can't understand the bystander complex here. These people, remember that video that came out some years back where an elderly woman was laying in the street and this man was mugging her and beating her and all these people were just walking by and nobody was helping. Nobody was calling police. Nobody was like, there's a woman out here being beat in cement. Nobody. Bystanders. Just some of them was doing like this, recording it, posting it later to social media. Our biggest flaw in society right now is that bystander syndrome. You're not doing anything. You're just either taking a video, standing there watching, or you ignore and walk on by. You're just as bad as the person doing the beating, in my opinion. And in that situation, if you walked in, y'all can come for me. I don't care. When it comes to this, when it comes to child abuse, that's a part of the problem. Family who doesn't report. Family who just ignores a situation and doesn't call the police. You are guilty by association, in my opinion. Sorry, but not sorry. If you seen your 5-year-old niece with a black eye and you immediately didn't call 911 right then, hey, my niece has a black eye. I'm afraid for her. You're a part of the problem. And in my opinion, guilty by association. So, Kevin claims, well, family members made multiple reports to the DCYF. We're going to find out, Kevin. We're going to find out. So, is there an offer, a reward being offered? It was, as of Thursday, up to $60,000. Several New Hampshire businessmen from Nevada and the U.S. Marshal Service helped put the money up for the reward. Please do not call these numbers with fake lies. Please don't call in with fake tips. All you're doing is hurting the investigation. And because these police officers, these investigators, these detectives, they have to check out every tip that they can that sounds normal or sounds close or sounds real. They have to investigate these tips. And when you say, oh, well, I seen her at this place at that time, they have to go there, check the surveillance videos, check this, talk to these people, do that. That takes up time and money. So do not call in with fake tips. And if you've seen or heard or anything, please report. We're fixing to talk about another case in my next video about an Amber Alert. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm just upset. I'm very upset about this. This happens too much. Too many people not protecting children. Too many people not protecting children, elderly folks, or animals. That's our main three things that we just can't seem to get help for and protect. I don't understand it. Since 2019 and nobody said a word. If she did come out of foster care back into her father's custody, why has CPS or DYCF, whatever, why have they not checked on this child? Why has the mother, grandmother, nobody reported? This is when I tell you guys, when I say that our children are being failed, not only by society, by the courts, by everyone. And for all the bystanders who've seen this child being hurt and you did nothing, you're no better than Adam. You're no better than Caleb. You're no better than any of them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we get some news again soon and I can update. But subscribe if you want to. Leave in the comments if there's any cases you want to talk about or you want my opinion on. And if you want me to subscribe to you, let me know in the comments. You can find me on TikTok, same name, LilyGirl1985. Backup account is LilyGirl. We got to start talking more about this, y'all. Bye.